Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is Moonchild Megan with Moonchild Megan Tarot. I'm here to do another deck review, and today I have The Wisdom of the Oracle by Colette Baron Reed. The artist is Jenna Della Taglia. I'm pretty sure I messed that up. I have not heard how to properly pronounce her name, so I apologize. But that is the wonderful artist. So first, let's get to the box. It's produced by Hay House, and it's the typical Hay House box. It's the good sturdy box. It just pulls it apart here. It's got this little light blue on the inside, so it's a good box to store your deck in if you choose so. Then we have the guidebook, which is an extremely thick guidebook. It is on the rather shorter side, which probably allows it to be thicker for that reason alone, but it is over 200 pages. So it's a 52 card deck, and she gives multiple meanings to each of the cards depending on, whether it's relationship or prosperity, such as a job, and just, overall meanings of the cards, which I think I can get into here in a minute here. But so I believe I read it was over 250 different card combinations and meanings, because there's 5 different meanings to each card, along with the different types of combinations of readings and such. So Colette Baron Reed is really popular for a lot of her books and audio programs and card decks that she has. A lot of y'all may know her for Wisdom of the Hidden Realms and the Enchanted Map Oracle and the Wisdom of Avalon Oracle cards. I do not have those decks, but I do plan to eventually purchase them, so you might be seeing another deck review on those soon. So she gives you a little bit of information about what an oracle is. It doesn't necessarily mean it has to be a card. And then what divination is, which is how I plan to use these cards in this deck. So she explains how to use the Oracle deck, because this one is completely different from her other decks, according to her. So so it tells you a little bit about that. She gives 1, 2, and 3 card reading examples. And then the multiple meanings to the cards is essential meanings, the oracle's message, a relationship message, prosperity message, and the protection message. The protection message is talking about if you read in reverse. She doesn't necessarily use, reverse in reading the cards. It's more of a heads up type of message. So if you do prefer to read in reversals, then you would refer to the protection message. And it doesn't look at it as in a negative light. It really just, says, hey, maybe you should or shouldn't do this. So then she gives a couple of actual readings that she's done for 2 clients, and then she does a reading for herself, which is this one right here, where she, consulted her cards and asked them, am I finished with this deck? Is this deck complete and ready to go? And here she had the card called Time to Go. So I thought that was very point on. And then she gets into the cards themselves. So you have a small black and white picture here with the numbered card at the top, which I think is great that the cards are numbered. I prefer oracle cards to be numbered versus in alphabetical order. And there's even some decks, oracle decks that I have that have no system whatsoever when it comes to, being able to find it in the book. It's rather hard. But if I had to choose between the alphabetical order and the numbered system, I liked the number system. So that's how she has it here in numerical order. Then she'll have the the name of the card, and then each of the 5 different meanings to that card. So she does that for all 52, and then you've got, the wonderful things about her in the back of the book along with the artist. So yeah, it's a really meaty deck. a really meaty guidebook, excuse me. So I'm really happy with that. And the small readings that I have done with this deck since I've gotten it, because I've had it for a couple of days now, it has been extremely spot on. Some Oracle decks I'm just kind of lost, especially since I'm still kind of new to Oracle decks. But I really do like how her messages come across in the guidebook, compared with the card. So let's talk about the card itself. It's got a glossy finish to it. It's a really good card stock. The backs here are reversible, so if you do want to read in reverse, you can. And it says here, ask and know, and it says that around the entire circle here of this artwork. Now, if you've seen my other reviews, you know I do not like borders. Even though this is not a very obnoxious or gaudy border, I'm probably going to trim it. It's not a huge deck size-wise, but I do tend to have really tiny hands. So just to allow the artwork to pop more and to give it the smaller size that I prefer for my cards, I probably will trim these. So it's been a battle for the past couple of days, debating whether I'm going to trim them or not, but I'm leaning more towards doing it. I've seen other reviews where they have been trimmed, so because once you start you can't go back, but I do plan to do it eventually, so you may see another video on that. So anyway, you've got this great red backing to it. I do find this kind of odd, with the blue on the red like this. It just, for my taste, it kind of clashes, but it does allow for this to pop, which I think is great. And it's the same color as the book here. I know some reviews, they kind of look a little orange, but it is a true red for sure. So let's go ahead and get into the artwork of the deck. Also, I almost forgot. When I was reading the guidebook, she mentions in there that spirit, God, the universe, whoever it is that you look up to, this is a feminine based deck, in my opinion, and I think she even mentions that in the guidebook as well, that it is very feminine. So it's more of a feminine face that you will see in the cards. But when she mentioned that, I thought she was just being metaphorical and was like, there's a face that comes out and she's always there for you and things like that. And I was like, oh, that's really great. And then I started looking more into detail of the cards, and I realized there's an actual face hidden within the cards on every single card. So I will stop and take the time to point those out to you, but I will mention I have a challenge for you, because I believe it's card 47, which will be, a little further in the back of the deck once we get there. I cannot find the face. So I'm hoping one of y'all can find it for me. If you have this deck yourself, that you can find it and let me know what it is down in the comments, because it's blowing my mind. I just have no idea where it is. Okay, so I'm gonna quit rambling. We're gonna get into the deck here. So you can see where the face is right here. A lot of them are pretty obvious. They'll be in the clouds or something like that. But you see the white border is, extended to the front of the card as well. And then you have the banner down here at the bottom with the name of the card. And the numbers will be, throughout the card artwork. So we have Yang, Yin, and I thought it would have been here, the face, but it's actually up here in the clouds. Most of the time, the face will be looking down at something in the card. And the beautiful pastel colors and in the bright, vibrant colors that are within this deck is just gorgeous. Between Worlds, and the face you'll see here is in the center. Higher Power. Have the face here. It's a very whimsical deck as well. And you'll see some of the cards have the same banner up at the top, which I think is great. It's not over obnoxious on every single card, but where it fits in, it's there, and I think it does well. Orphaned. This one's kind of hard to see. I'm not sure if you could see it here in the rock, but there's the face. Not For You, I have the face in the, I guess it's a window. To the sea. I love this card. Face is really obvious there in the clouds. Number 7 is my lucky number, and I am a Cancer baby, so the water element, really speaks to me. So far, this has been my favorite card in the deck. Excuse me. The Tribe. This one is in the hut here. Treasure Island. I really like this one as well. Faces in the treasure chest. Unfinished Symphony. You see there's a lot of, I'm assuming they're eggs throughout the artwork. So that, in this particular one, the face is in the egg. And I've noticed that in a lot of the other cards too with eggs. By the Book. We have that banner continuing again. And the face. A Change in the Wind. Love that. The face is right here in the center. Fork in the Road. We have the face right there. Sorry if y'all hear background noise. I have the animals in the room today. Truth Be Told. Have it in the window here. Message in a Bottle. This one speaks to me as well. This one was kind of hard to find. I had to turn it sideways to see the face at the bottom of the bottle. All That Glitters. Have it up in the clouds there. The Fates. This one was kind of hard at first too, but it's on her shoulder here. Serendipity. It's at the bottom of the clover. Love that. So fun. Flexible. Here's the egg again. Faces in the egg. Imagine. I really like this deck. Like I said, being a Cancer, I am, connected to the moon. So the blues really, come out and speak to me in this card as well, and with the moon. And it's really hard to see kind of the faces in the crescent of the moon here. So I don't know if y'all can see that or not. Clean It Up. I have the face in the body of the, is that a deer, an elk? Not really sure. Blessed. This is a beautiful card too. I really love purple. The face is here in her shell, or, well, I don't know if she's meant to be shaped as a shell or just like a mermaid fairy. I guess you can call it either way. But that's a beautiful card too. Peace. Very earthy. We have the egg again with the face. Time for a Nap. Love it. This one is where the face is facing down with the fox. I really love that. Peeping in. Round and Round. The face is in the shell here. This is the image that is on the back of the card. Happy, happy. I have to look. Oh, I remember. It's in the balloon here. Very, very clever on a lot of these cards as to where it is placed at. Really love that. Exchanging Gifts. Have it on the box. That looks a lot like my kitty that you're hearing in the background. Building Blocks. Faces here in the blocks. I love how her dress is either coming from the blocks or the blocks are coming from her, whichever perspective you'd like to look at that. I think that's really neat. Breathe. Face is right here in the center. Very calming card for sure. Tick tock. I love it. The face is in the face of the clock. Why? This one's up here in the clouds, looking down. Here and now. Face is here on the egg again. Chaos and conflict. This one I'll have to look at. Let me see. Trying to remember where it's at. Oh, it's in the clouds. I'm looking down here. It's in the clouds. A leg up. Oh, that's so sweet. We have the face in the clouds again. Loyal heart. This one's down here in the center of the heart. It's so sweet, the owl's forming a heart. Oh, my critters are just going nuts. Sorry, guys. Come to the edge. Now, this one is in the rock again. It is kind of hard with the glare and such to possibly see on the camera, but I'm not sure what that was. But it is in the rock. Very beautiful card. Never-ending story. Definitely reminds me of the movie. And I thought this was extremely clever. The face is in the mirror. Now this is what is on the box and the cover of the guidebook. To be fair. And the face is there in her dress. This reminds me very much the tarot card. Balance. New life. It's here in her. Not sure if that's part of the background or if that's part of her wings or such, but that's where the face is. Co-create. It's in the egg again. I love how the egg, is matches the cheetah. Soulmates. This is such a lovely card. And you can see the face looking down. I think that's just the sweetest thing ever. Chop wood. The face is down in the broom. Cat's going crazy, guys. Sorry. Excuse me. Deep knowing. We have it here in this. I'm going to assume this is a planet because this looks more of a moon to me. It may be backwards. Not quite sure. Thinker. Face is here on the box. Very beautiful. Time to go. This one I had to look really, really hard for, and it's here on her back. The face is on her back. Regeneration. I know I have found it before. I have to look. Yep, there it is. This one is really hard to tell as well, but the face is in between the branches here. The leaf is over one of the eyes. So that one's definitely... Okay, so this is the one that I was referring to. I have studied and studied and studied this card. Oh, animals. And it has just blown my mind as to where it is. So if you can find it, I was guessing around this area, but I'm probably way off. Way off. So if you have this deck, or if you can see it through the camera here in this video, please put it down in the comments to ease my ever-growing mind on this, because it's just driving me nuts. It's a beautiful card, but I would love to see where the face is. 48, poised. And that one's in the center there on her dress. Observer. You can see it here in the moon. No place like home. Very dreamy. Love that. Faces right there again. Milk and honey. Have it up in the clouds. That looks so fun. And last but not least, mending. We have it up in the clouds looking down at the girls. It's so beautiful. So it's driven me nuts that I cannot find it in just that one card, all 52, and it's just one that I cannot find. So as far as the shuffle goes, like I said, I do plan to trim this, so it's going to be, a little bit easier for me. It's not terrible now, though. Just it's a personal preference of mine. But the cardstock really, it holds well. It holds its shape well. It doesn't bend, from the shuffle. I usually can't do a good corner shuffle, but this deck I've been able to do pretty well with it. So if that's, the style of shuffle that you prefer to do, overhand is pretty good. They're still new, so they do tend to stick a tiny bit, but, it doesn't bother me any. So anyways, guys, that is the Wisdom of the Oracle Divination Cards by Colette Baron Reed. Artwork by, gonna booger it up, Jenna Della Grotta Taglia. I apologize for that, guys, but I have to attempt it. So anyway, this is the Wisdom of the Oracle. So if you guys have this deck and you like it, let me know. Leave me comments on how if you like this deck yourself. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell for notifications for future videos. And hope you guys have a great day.